What's going on, everybody? CW Entertainment here, back today with another episode of MLB The Show 18. We're here on the Chicago Cubs franchise once again, playing the Milwaukee Brewers yet again. And I know it's kind of been a while since I've actually been able to put out a video. And it's just kind of some stuff just going on personally. Ended up starting my full-time job back this summer, and I'm also taking an online class. So that's kind of also been where I've kind of just been busy. And I actually kind of got two jobs. I got a little side job as well that's also kind of takes some time away from me. So that's one reason why we haven't had as many videos. Well, we haven't had a video in like about 2 weeks. I believe it's 2 weeks now. But I was trying to get this video up yesterday. Didn't get a chance to do the recording of it, so I apologize about that. But we are back at it once again. Now, the online class I'm taking doesn't end until June 1st. So it still might be slow on the videos until June starts hopping around, but we are continuing this series. We haven't stopped it yet, and like I said, we're just going to keep it going on the road. This video is going to be out a little later than what I was hoping. Wanted to visit my sister today, who was in the hospital, as Ian Happ sends this one deep out there to right field, and we are off to a great start here in this one, getting a solo shot home run, and it's now a 1-0 game. Ian Happ keeping it up, man. He's been on fire lately.
A solo home run here off the bat of Ian Happ. 8th home run on the season for him, and the Cubs are on the board first, 1-0.
Baseball has really changed. Remember when leadoff guys were guys who would just draw walks and steal bases? But that's not the case anymore. Guys like this, they have pop in their bat. They can go deep.
But yeah, like I said, I was visiting my sister in the hospital. Her and her husband, they wound up having their second child yesterday on the 22nd. So you just kind of have some things going on here. So that's why that video really didn't get uploaded yesterday. So that's just letting you guys know that's one of the reasons why that video didn't get up. And just letting you guys know that we will have more videos here in the future. So we're not done yet. But we got a challenge right here as we get into this one.
Yeah, he may, Matt, but I think he'll see what his replay guys think first. Looking at it again, man, I can't tell for sure if he was out or not. Tough call.
I think you can clearly tell that he was wound up safe. Umpire might want to do a little bit more looking.
All right, we'll take one last look at it here. The question is there enough video evidence to change the call to safe? And wow, from that look at it, I think he did beat that throw. This challenge might work out for him.
The decision appears to have been made as the headset comes off, and the runner is safe. So the call is overturned. The runner will stay at first base, and they maintain the right to challenge further plays going forward.
Yeah, I mean, he clearly wanted to beat that one out. You know, he looked like a good step. We got Bryce Harper coming up to bat here. Bryce Harper's been doing well for us since we acquired him in that trade. Just kind of watching recently in real life as Bryce Harper winds up popping this one up to the second baseman. Just seeing some of the plays Javi does make at second base. It does kind of make me upset that I did get rid of him. But, you know, we got to play like Bryce Harper. You can't complain too much. But it would be nice to have him back on the squad. As Kyle Schwarber winds up taking a nice walk here. No complaints. And we got a good first inning brewing here as Chausin, I believe that's how you pronounce his name, kind of struggling. Got Anthony Rizzo up to bat here. Sends this one high up there to center field. Back goes Lorenzo Cain. Still going back. He is looking up, and this ball is out of here. Anthony Rizzo is officially woken up his at bat. He's officially in the 2018 season. I don't know if this is back, like I said, it's been a couple weeks since we had a video, so I'm not sure if this is a back-to-back games that Rizzo has a home run or not, but congratulations, Rizzo. Let's see if you keep this thing going, man, as we get into this season.
I think it's time to start pitching around this guy. He's hit 3 home runs already in this series. I'm not sure what more they need to see, but this is not the guy I want to be pitching to right now.
Yeah, Anthony Rizzo definitely want to tell you guys heard 3 home runs in this series alone. That's what we like to hear. 0-2 count. Addison Russell is up to bat here. And Russell's going down on a good slider, winding up getting us chasing out of the zone. Hey, got to give him a lot of credit, man. That was a good pitch. 2-0 count. Cesar Hernandez sends this one right back up the middle. It's a line out there for Lorenzo Cain, but not before we end up turning up a crooked number. It is 4-0 to start this one off early. The Brewers are getting blasted early, and we got Cal Hendricks on the mound. I like our chances as we get strikeout number 2 on the day. Let's get it. Keep it going, Hendricks. 0-1 count. Got Pena up to bat. Pena sends this one out there to right field, and that's going to be the first base hit for the Brewers here in this one. So, hey, they might have something going here with 2 outs. But, quick question. What do you guys think that are actually going on with the real Cubs in real life? Because there's been a lot of talks lately about Manny Machado possibly joining the Chicago Cubs that the Cubs are willing to make a deal for him. Now right now the Orioles are in Chicago. They're on the south side playing the White Sox as we get strikeout number 3 in the ball game. Keep it up, Kyle Hendricks. But yeah, Manny Machado's in Chicago. Apparently, some fans were thinking he was wearing a cryptic message with his Gucci shirt that he had on a couple of days ago when he arrived. Apparently, he had like this tiger shirt on, but it was baby tigers, and then people were trying to piece, oh, that means a baby tiger is called a cub. So I don't know. They were trying to piece together stuff that I don't know. You probably shouldn't have pieced as a great play made by the shortstop Orlando Arcia. Him and the second baseman Villar have been making great plays this entire series. They're robbing a lot of our base hits. They keep it going here. This is a ground over there to Rizzo. Rizzo fires it over to Hendricks. A great play by Rizzo, and Hendricks hustling real hard. But yeah, I mean, the media is even harassing. They're on the south side, and the media is harassing Machado about potentially playing with the Cubs. As Cesar Hernandez makes an error throw right here going to Rizzo. That's going to put a man on. Come on, Hernandez. You got to make those plays, man. Make those plays 9, 10. You should make those 10 out of 10. You were hurrying too much. That wound up costing you. I mean, Lorenzo Cain's a very fast guy. I get it, but just take your time next time. But yeah, the media was harassed. Well, not harassing, but they were bringing him up as this ball's hitting to that gap. Schwarber's not going to be able to cut it off, and that's easily going to score Lorenzo Cain from first. Yelich gets a double, and the Brewers are on the board here, and it's now a 4-1 ball game here in the 3rd inning. Yeah, they were asking Machado all these questions about what does he think of Chicago, and his answer to Chicago, he was just like, it's nothing really that important. He's like, I guess he doesn't really go sightseeing when he's traveling. He said he shows up to his room and plays baseball. That's pretty much all he does. As the Brewers wind up cutting his lead in half, and this ball sent out there to right field. Bryce Harper has it. Harper's going to wind up getting this one in to the cutoff man and going all the way to third. And now they got men on the corners with only one out. Now we really need a ground ball. 0-2 count. They're looking to see if they can keep it going. Travis Shaw, and that's a base hit for Travis Shaw. It is now a 4-3 game. We tried getting the guy out at second because we knew he had to take a little back step. And that's going to, Hendricks is struggling. He had an early lead and can't get it going right here. Pena up to bat here. Grounded, and this is the double play ball we need. Fires it over to first again, and it's not a good throw. He wasn't going to get him anyway, as they got men on the corners once again. They're looking to tie it up now. Orlando Arcia, can he come through for the Brewers? Hit out there to center field, no problem. Ian Happ, as he comes on. We're going to get out of this 3rd inning, but, we gave up a lot of runs, and that pitch count went sky high for Kyle Hendricks. But anyway, back to Machado. It's an interesting situation just because, actually, before I get into that, he, I guess he's real good friends with Albert Almora. By the way, we did wind up trading Almora too. I believe he was in that Bryce Harper trade because we had to give up some pieces. But yeah, he's real good friends with Albert Almora. He calls them like his cousins. I'm guessing they grew up together when they were real young. As Schwarber can't beat that one out. He didn't call it out there second. Should have just left them over there first. But yeah, he's been, I guess, real good friends with him since they were kids. And that's kind of, I guess that's a connection that they got. And the Cubs possibly could think that could be something that possibly could work. I don't know how much Almora is going to be involved in the future. I know he's a pretty solid player that the Cubs, I'm sure they would love to keep around. It's kind of between him and Ian Happ a little bit out there for that center field job as Chris Bryant makes a great play. We'll get into Bryce Harper talk a little bit later. But, yeah, it's interesting to see what the Cubs would do, because Machado's going to get offers. Well, the Orioles are going to get offers for Machado from various teams. One team I'm interested to see was what the Dodgers would do, just because they lost Corey Seager to Tommy John. He won't be there for the rest of this season. I don't know if that'll affect him next season at all, but I know one thing, they are trying to stay under the salary, or not the salary cap, the luxury tax this year, so they can go after some of these bigger guys like Harper and Machado in free agency potentially. But I don't think they'll be going after Machado. I just don't see it. Another team to keep an eye on could be the possibility of the Atlanta Braves. The Braves have definitely kicked it up. I believe they're in first place, and they could definitely be a team that's pursuing him. As this ball, you guys take a look at this one. This one just got fair. I don't even think the chalk even kind of dusted up at all. That one just got in there. This is popped up over there to Bryant. That's going to end the 5th inning, and we are headed to that's going to end the top half of the 5th, and we're headed to the bottom 5th. We got to see if we can add on some more runs. But, yeah, the whole Machado situation is interesting, because are you guys willing to give up, some potential guys that, are part of your kind of core right now? You got guys like Addison Russell, Javier Baez, potentially Ian Happ. I don't think they would get rid of Almore just because maybe they got that connection. But, I mean, from what I've heard, their farm system isn't as deep right now. So your guys that you would have to give up are in the majors. It's probably more than likely starting with Addison Russell. It's either starting with him or Javier Baez just because you're not going to get rid of Bryant. You're not getting rid of Rizzo. You're not going to be able to get rid of Jason Hayward's contract. I doubt not the Royals. The Orioles would even want to take that. I mean, word is that they're out for the young athletes as Eric Thames drives this one out to right center, and the Brewers take the lead 5-4. I don't understand why they don't play him more as Hendricks. Boy, this was not the outing we were hoping for. Early 4-0 lead, and it's just gone like that. As Lorenzo Cain's going to wind up getting on base. My goodness. Yeah, this has not been the outing Hendricks has wanted. But yeah, you got to think. I mean, if you're going to make that trade, are you willing to give him up or to give up some of your better pieces that you might want later in the future for a potential rental year to possibly win the World Series? And you're like, in baseball, it's hard to end up as Schwarber gets decked. And on that one, got hit in the back. Like, it's a rivalry game, so Schwarber's not happy. He flips that bat over there. It looked like he wanted to rush that man. I wish they had a rush the mound on this game. That would have been nice to see on this game. Schwarber running after that guy. That would have been hilarious. But, yeah, are you willing to rent, Manny Machado for a potential half a season? Because most deals get done around the trade deadline around July 31st anyway. So are you willing to, give up somebody like Addison Russell or Javier Baez to, and then you're no longer going to have them anymore for no guarantee that Machado's coming back the next season? Because, I mean, who knows what he wants to end up being at. Because we end up getting a good strikeout right there. Caught him looking. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely, interesting situation because you saw what happened with Chapman. They got Chapman for that year. I mean, now, don't get me wrong, Chapman was definitely a great trade they made. He did help them win a World Series. You can't say he didn't. Now, he almost kind of blew it in that World Series game as well. As that ball gets down and another run for the Brewers. It is 6-4 now. Pitching is just letting us down here late. Ground over here, no problem for Rizzo. Rizzo's going to run over, tag the base. And we're out of the 7th, but they are in the lead. And it's 6-4. But yeah, Machado, yeah. I mean, it's just, are you willing to give up enough or that much to, just for a potential half a season? And what if you give it up and you don't win the World Series? All right, that's another big problem right there. You pretty much need to win the World Series if you're going to give up, enough capital. Because the Orioles are looking to go young, and they're looking to completely just demolish that whole situation. But it's an interesting thing. Another thing, you got the whole Bryce Harper situation. They're not going to trade for him because I think he's leaving. There's a chance he's leaving the Nationals, period, regardless of what happens this year. And so, I mean, you could be potentially going after Bryce Harper, or you can go after Manny Machado. I guess it just depends who you think is better as a player. Honestly, I guess it depends what you want to do with somebody like Jason Hayward. Because, I mean, Jason Hayward's definitely a great right fielder. He's a defensive player. He's a multi-gold glover. So, you definitely got some situations. You got some interesting situations here throughout this whole thing. And, I don't know. It's either get rid of somebody like Russell or Baez, or, you start moving some pieces around in that outfield, and you bring Bryce Harper in. Now, if you bring Bryce Harper in, does that mean, you're going to get rid of somebody like Schwarber or not? It's just situations like that. And they wound up beating that one out. It's now 7-4 ball game, and we're running out of time too. So I don't know, you guys, man. Pitcher staff, you guys got to come through for us, man. You guys got to quit giving up these runs. This ball is belted. Center field is not coming back. Way over Ian Happ head. That ball almost got out of the stadium, and that is a home run for, of course, Ryan Braun at all the people, and it's now a 9-4 ball game. CC Sheck. It's just not our day for this one. As you guys can see, this ball is ripped out there into left field. Schwarber goes back, didn't even need to. This ball is gone. It's back-to-back homers, and it's a 10-4 ball game. It's almost kind of like the last night game when they played I guess it depends when you're watching it, but May 22nd, when they were playing the Indians, they got beat 10-1. So it's not looking good for us here in this. At least we got we got our runs early. Cubs didn't score until real late in that game. But Bryce Harper sends this one out there to right field. That ball is out of here, but, we're not even going to put no music for that because we're getting beat 10-5. I wouldn't call it a comeback just yet, but Bryce Harper, he's got home run number 10 on the year. it's definitely been a good pickup. He started off just slightly slow, took him a couple games to get into it, but he's definitely here. He's definitely been a big at-bat for us, and like I said, it's still been a good trade. But back to the whole Manny Machado and Bryce Harper thing, you guys got to think, if you're going to pay for one of those guys, you're starting, like the starting bid at it is going to probably beat $300 million, and that's where you're starting at. And I don't think you're starting any lower than that. And you never know. I mean, some of these teams get greedy sometimes. And it's just up to Theo and Jed to, make the decision. Are they willing to pay Machado or, pay all that trade capital for Machado for, half a year? I mean, you're hoping you can entice him to stay, but you never know with these situations, man. Like they always say, these are business decisions. He's got to do what's best for him. And he might not want to play with the Cubs that long. He might not like it in Chicago at all, period. He might like it somewhere else. I mean, you just never know. He might like the East Coast. He might like being on the West Coast, in sunshine all the time, like somewhere like Los Angeles. And there's no guarantee it's the Dodgers. I mean, I don't know how much money the Angels have, for any of these guys. But, I mean, it's just you never know what these guys are feeling or their mindset. But it's definitely one a good game for us. We're going to wind up grounding out over the third base for our second out. Got Oscar Pinheiro up to bat. He's going to roll this one over to the shortstop. It's going to be the final out in this one. And our comeback video didn't turn out the way we wanted it to. As we wound up getting blown out of here in our own stadium. This is our first home loss of the year. And it's interesting, man. This isn't interesting. I'm still kind of hooked up on the whole Manny Machado situation. Just let me guys know what you guys think in the comment section. Are you guys for them going after Manny Machado and risking, possibly, guys like Addison Russell? Or would you guys prefer them not to go after anybody like that? But, I do want to say thank you all very much for tuning in to another episode. If you guys did enjoy the video, make sure you guys hit the like button, leave a comment, share the video with other people who you think might enjoy this series as well. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with the videos I've been posting of this series and more. And if you missed the previous videos, man, the link is in the playlist link is in the description. You guys can also follow me on Twitter at CW_ENT23. The link is also in that description. I'm out to next time, everybody. Peace.